Have you ever noticed how it feels like everything is getting more expensive? Groceries, rent, streaming services, even your favorite coffee. And the crazy part is, sometimes even when prices don't change, it feels more expensive. In this video, I will break down exactly why this happens. We will talk about inflation, lifestyle creep, hidden costs, and most importantly, what you can do to fight back. Because while you can't control the economy, you can control your money mindset and strategy. The first reason is obvious: inflation. Inflation is when prices rises over time. Your $100 today buys less than what it did 5 years ago. Even a small inflation rate compounds. For example, at 3% inflation, something that costs $100 today will cost about $134 in 10 years. At an 8% inflation, that same thing will cost $215. That's why your grandparents love telling you they bought gas for 50 cents a gallon. It's not just nostalgia, it's math. And here's the kicker: if your income isn't growing faster than inflation, you will always feel like you are falling behind. Now, here's a sneaky one. Shrinkflation. That's when companies don't raise their price, but they give you less. Your cereal box that looks the same, but it has 10% less inside. Your favorite chips, fewer in the bag. Same price tag, smaller product. So technically, inflation doesn't rise the price, but your money still buys you less. That's why it feels more expensive, because it is. Another big reason is lifestyle creep. When you start earning more, you naturally spend more. You upgrade your apartment, you buy nicer clothes, you eat out more often. The problem? Your new normal quickly becomes your baseline. So now, even if you are making more money, it feels like things are still expensive because your spending grows with your income. And lifestyle inflation is sneaky. It doesn't feel like overspending, it feels like progress. But over time, it traps you in the same paycheck to paycheck cycle, just with nicer stuff. There's also something most people forget. Back in the day, people didn't buy half of the stuff we buy today. Your grandparents didn't need a budget for a $1,200 smartphone every 2 years, multiple streaming subscriptions, $200 sneakers or brand clothing, and your daily coffee shop trips. They lived simpler, and in many cases, they just didn't have access to those things. So when they say we had it cheaper, they are right. But they also spent money on far fewer categories. Let's put this in perspective with a quick example. 1970s monthly budget. Rent $100, groceries $50, clothing $20, entertainment $10 and savings $20. Today's equivalent budget: rent $1,000, groceries $400, clothing $150, entertainment and subscriptions $200, savings $100. Notice something? Categories like phones, subscriptions and coffee shops didn't exist back then. Groceries, clothing and entertainment were far cheaper. Even if your income grew at the same rate as inflation, your spending categories exploded. That's why it feels like everything costs more today. The next reason everything feels more expensive is the rise of hidden costs. Think about subscriptions: Netflix, Spotify, gym memberships, extra cloud storage. Individually, they don't seem like much. $10 here, $15 there. But add them up, and suddenly you're spending $200 every month to just exist in modern society. And because these costs are automatic, you don't always feel the impact until you check your bank account. Here's something nobody talks about. Part of the reason things feel more expensive is psychological. When you were younger, $20 felt like a fortune. Now it feels like nothing. But your brain remembers that feeling. So when you see prices rising, it feels like you are being ripped off. On top of that, negative news makes us hyper aware of price increases. Gas goes up, headlines everywhere. Gas goes down, silence. So we naturally focus more on the pain of rising prices than the relief of falling ones. Okay, so prices are going up, companies are shrinking products, subscriptions are draining us, and our brains are wired to notice it. What can we do? Track your spending. Awareness is power. Most people feel broke but don't even know where their money is going. Invest to beat inflation. Cash in a savings account will lose value. But long-term investments in stocks, ETFs or real estate historically grow faster than inflation. Audit your lifestyle. Do you really need all of your streaming subscriptions, or is it just automatic spending? Focus on income. If prices rise by 5% but your income rises 15%, you win. Build skills, negotiate or start a side hustle to grow faster than inflation. Practice gratitude. If you always focus on what costs more, you will always feel behind. Balance that by noticing what you do have control over. So, why does everything feel more expensive? Inflation eats away at buying power. Shrinkflation tricks us into paying more for less. Lifestyle inflation raises our baseline, modern habits push us to buy things previous generations didn't, subscriptions and hidden fees drain us, and psychology makes us focus on the pain. The solution isn't to panic, it's to get intentional. Because even in a world where prices rise, the people who understand money, build skills and invest will always stay ahead. If this video helped you, hit that like button, it really supports the channel. Subscribe for more money investing and mindset content. And drop a comment. What feels the most expensive to you right now? Groceries, rent, or maybe your phone bill? I would love to hear your take. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.